Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
Great.
I'm pretty excited. I'm happy you're back. How was your trip?
The trip was awesome. It was awesome. We had a blast.
Yeah.
For those don't know, wife and I made a trip down to Mexico. We went to Tijuana.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of like a vacation / health type trip, but
No, I get that. That's fair. That's fair. Business and then pleasure.
Yeah. Next time I'll do it the other way around, but yeah.
Hey.
Well, so I had a procedure done.
Yeah.
I'm not shy about it. I have no reason to be shy about it or hide it or anything.
Yeah.
As you know, I suffer from degenerative disc disease.
Yeah.
And I have a bulged disc. And I had surgery 5 years ago on it. Worked great for a while. Bulged again. My options were through up here with my doctor were the same surgery again.
Oof.
Or steroid shots. So I did the steroid shot because it took care of the pain for a while.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I researched other options, and I had found that a lot of people, quite a few people who had my same issue that had went and done stem cell therapy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they had some pretty good success with it. Some people had to go back more than once, and they do tell you that. And so I did a lot more research and looking into it. And while there's places up here in the US that do stem cell therapy, I could actually get more stem cells for cheaper down in Mexico than I could up here. Like up here, there's all kinds of regulations and stuff, and you could only get
so many.
Okay.
That's pretty cool,
and
actually.
Their facility down there was amazing. Like, super clean. And, like, a lot of times people talk about Tijuana, and they're like, thinking it's shitty and whatnot or whatever. But the clinic was really nice. People were super helpful, very professional. They drew blood. So then they could, they called it PRP. I don't know what that means off the top of my head. I did when I was researching it, but I don't remember now. But they mix that out of your blood with the stem cells to make sure that your body doesn't reject them.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's how they did it, actually.
But and then, well, for when they're injecting, like the ones that they injected into my back, that's what they did. I also had an IV full of stem cells as well.
Damn, just dripping in you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I know what PRP stands for. Penis reduction procedure.
Son of a bitch.
Because you got too big of a penis.
You figured it out, God damn it.
I know why you went to Mexico.
Oh, man.
Too big dick energy.
And so they did an epidural in my back, into my spine. And
ooh. Fuck, did that hurt?
Oh, it hurt like a motherfucker.
Oof.
I was limping the rest of the day. The remainder of that day I spent in our room, just relaxing.
You should have named that needle Jerome. Fucking sticking it in you like
and
that.
So I should have done it backwards. I should have done all the vacationing part and then did that and came home because I couldn't drink afterwards.
Fucking gay in Tijuana. God damn it.
Right. Well, I could have 2 beers or 2 glasses of wine or 1 mixed drink.
So 1 like hard alcohol.
Yeah, a day. That was my limit. 1 a day. And that doesn't mean at 10 o'clock p.m. I drink a hard alcohol drink and then 2 o'clock in the morning I can have another one. No, within a 24-hour period.
Okay.
So, and it was explained to me because alcohol does something to your liver. right? We all know that. It fucks with your liver.
Touche.
Well, the stem cells go where they're needed.
Ooh, so it went to the liver.
And so it would go to your liver and start repairing that and fixing that up if you drink too much. So
That makes sense.
but it was definitely interesting down there. I'd never been there before. Honestly, I've never been out of the country before.
So that must have been fun.
So it was interesting, you know, going through across the border and everything. We went to this restaurant. Sorry, bleh.
No, you
We went to this restaurant on this strip, on this one street. Like everything's on this fucking street. There's like, and maybe the next block over, there might be like 2 streets that have like all these shops and shit.
Yeah.
And this restaurant was called Caesar's. Not Little Caesars, by the way,
Pizza.
but there was a Little Caesars down there. I was surprised,
Interesting.
right? Surprisingly enough, there was a lot of Italian restaurants down there.
Italian?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
right?
I guess they get tired of Mexican food sometimes. Shit.
Right? Like I had to search to find a taco stand. I'm like, I want authentic tacos. You know? And so we had to search to find it, a taco place. We did. But anyways, we went to this restaurant called Caesar's, and they will make Caesar salad dressing at your table.
Oh yeah, wasn't it originated from
Like this
Mexico?
guy wheels out a little cart,
Yeah.
and he like mixes it all up in a bowl right in front of you.
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I'll be ready in 1 minute.
Right? Yeah.
pretty
And
cool.
really good food. I don't think I had any bad food while we were down there at all. It was all really good food.
Hey, that's a plus though.
You know.
Fuck.
I mean, we had pizza, we had fettuccine, had ramen.
Ooh, ramen in Mexico?
Yeah.
How was that?
Not as good as the ramen we've had, but it wasn't bad.
So it was like I'd still go back.
Well, like, nothing against Mexico or whatever, but like, it's like they don't use as much seasonings as we do up here.
Like,
It's
Oh.
weird. So like
yeah, I know what
Coke,
you're talking about.
Coca-Cola is not as like sugary down there.
It's more like bitter.
I wouldn't say bitter, but
Or,
it doesn't have like all the carbonation and sugar ours does up here.
Okay. So it's like a little bit more flat and a little less sweet.
Yeah,
If a good-
kind of.
simple
Yeah,
way to put it.
Yeah. And so, anyways, after we ate there, we walked down the street, and there's all kinds of like little shops and stuff, and stores, and oh my god, I could not believe how many fucking pharmacies there were on this street.
Jesus Christ.
It was like every other or every third store was a fucking pharmacy.
A prescription time?
Yeah, so you could go in there, and a lot of them, if you had cash, would sell you whatever.
We're talking like painkillers, shit like that.
Yeah.
Talking like Viagra.
Maybe.
Maybe. We're
No,
talking.
yeah, you could. If they had it, you could.
I feel like, well-
some of the places wouldn't sell to you without a prescription, and then some would.
So my question is, like, are they kind of like, you know how in Oregon they just legalize like all drugs, right? So
Okay.
are they like that? Like where you can get like shrooms and shit like that?
I
if you want?
I don't know. I didn't look for any of that kind of stuff.
No, only narcotics. Only.
No, a friend of ours wanted like these diet pills, and you can't get them up here. And so we went pharmacy to pharmacy looking for them until we found them.
Dang, I need some of those.
And it wasn't bad. I want to say it was like $25 a box, and each box was a month's supply.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
cheap as shit.
Yeah. And so, because I wanted to lose a little weight or whatever, you know, so we actually went in on some of it. And so we bought like 6 boxes, I think.
Damn, let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, so it was really cool. And then that was all one day. Another day we went down to the beach, down to the ocean, which was really cool. And there were beach squirrels.
Beach squirrels.
Yeah. There was like this rock face on the at the end of the beach.
Yeah.
And they were living in the rocks.
Chilling?
Yeah, and they'd come out. And when we first got there, they came like from me to our Senti warmer here.
What the?
About that far away.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I made the comment that, you know, I bet if you had food in your hand, they would probably come up and eat right out of your hand.
Yeah.
So guess what we did for about an hour?
Fed squirrels?
Fed squirrels. Yeah. It was cool. It was interesting, you know, to have them like come up and like take the food right out of your hand.
You ever just want to like...
You know, I did think about it.
just like, just, you're mine now. Like...
We fed them like mango fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so like I had the juices from the mango on my hand and they would come up and smell it. And they'd go to like, start to like bite my hand. And I was like, no.
No, you little fucker.
Like they didn't really bite hard like they started to, and then they could tell, like when they were trying to, they could tell it wasn't the right texture.
Just wiping blood off his face. That wasn't a mango. That wasn't a...
But it was a really cool thing. And then like border patrol coming back was interesting. So my wife and her friend, they've been down there a couple times.
Yeah.
And they were both under the impression, or recalled memory, that you could bring back 2 bottles of alcohol per bag, right?
Jesus.
So we brought back 7 bottles between the 3 of us.
Okay, that makes sense.
We get to Border Patrol, and the guy asks us, you know, first he's checking our passports and stuff, and then asking why we were down there, and then he asks if we have any alcohol, and I'm like, yes. Well, how much do you have? And I was like, 7 bottles. And he was like, what? You're only supposed to have 1 bottle per person per 30 days. I was like, oh. I was like, I'm sorry, I've never been here before. And he must have been having a really good day, gotten laid before work or something.
Got laid before work.
He was like, you know what? I don't care, you're leaving. Just go.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're fucking lucky. You're lucky you didn't get your ass probed while you were there.
Right? That's what our driver said. He was like, you're lucky. They could have taken us over to the extra thorough search, and they could have taken everything apart.
Could have taken...
And it would have spent hours and hours. Because you guys are lucky.
Oh, shit.
On that. And I was like, damn.
God, that would have fucking...
right?
Just the one dude taking his time up your ass.
Gotta go a little deeper.
Sorry, my hands are cold today. Just like...
And then it was weird, like you'd see police officers down there, and it was like they're in riot gear. Like full on fucking bulletproof vest, tactical clothing,
Jesus Christ.
helmet. They had AKs, and they would just be walking down the street like that.
Damn, you don't know, Mexico would be trippy.
And in some cases, we would see them, there would be a truck, a police truck going down the road.
Yeah.
And there'd be a bunch of them in the bed of the truck, just all armed to the teeth, just patrolling.
Fucking going, okay.
Yeah. It was kind of trippy. Never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, but you could pay him off.
I didn't try.
A couple thousand pesos, you should be good.
Yeah, it took a minute to get used to the exchange rate.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
I mean, you go to the store and you look at something and it's like 900 pesos. Or, well, it wouldn't say pesos, it'd say $900. And you're like, God damn.
You're like, fuck.
And then you stop and you're like, oh, wait. Then you do the math and you're like, okay.
It's not bad.
No, it's like 19 point something pesos per dollar of ours.
Oh, shit, that's not bad.
So, yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, there was one night we went out to eat and we had, what was it, pizza, salad. Or no, it wasn't that. No, it was different night. Anyways, one of our meals we had a couple different. Oh, it was the Caesar's place. Sorry, I'm backtracking all over the place. It was the Caesar's place. So, had a salad. Your aunt had a salad. I had chicken fettuccine alfredo.
Good choice.
Our friend Yana who went with us. She had like a French onion soup or something like that.
Huh.
And then we all had drinks. And I had another dish. And it was like $40.
The fuck?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. It was like, damn. It was really good food. The other dish, I only ate like one bite out of it.
Was it bad?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
More like different?
It was definitely different. I'd never tried it before, so I wanted to try it. And then I didn't mind it. It had good texture, pretty good taste. It wasn't bad. But between the other two sitting at the table, those assholes, they started like picking it apart and like just
kind of ruined it for
kind
you?
of talking about it. And I was like, yeah, I see what you're saying. And so I couldn't eat it.
What was it, like Rocky Mountain oysters or what?
Octopus.
Oh. Not bad. Aren't you
With
allergic?
the little suction cups and everything on it?
Was it still moving alive?
No.
Oh.
No, it was grilled octopus.
Aren't you allergic to that?
No, shellfish.
Yeah, but they're
not
considered.
they're not shellfish.
They're not in the. Are you sure?
Yeah. You got your phone? Fucking Google it. You don't believe me?
I'm gonna Google this right now because.
Well, I didn't die and I fucking ate it, so.
Well, maybe you're not as allergic to shellfish anymore. People build up a tolerance over years.
You can only build up a tolerance if you're trying to fucking eat it all the time. I stay away from that shit. But, so there was all that. That was a lot of fun. And then our flight on the way back got delayed. And so we were supposed to get home about 11 o'clock, midnight, somewhere around there. It's when we were originally supposed to get home. And we didn't actually get home till 2 in the morning. Yeah, it's the crustaceans. It's the crustaceans ones.
Yeah, but technically, it's in the shellfish.
It is. That's interesting. I did not know that. Well, I did not think of them as a shellfish because, to me, a shellfish, shell. You know.
I mean, they hide in shells.
So do snails, but they're
I'm
not
glad you're
considered.
not dead.
There's snails. Snails aren't considered shellfish, and they live in a fucking shell.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Huh. I did not know that, or I would have not even tried it.
Well, now we know that you're good, so that means maybe you're not as...
Well, I know that, like, prawns and shrimp and stuff, I've had a reaction to that stuff before.
That's fair. I would do that, but I mean, like, I'm just glad you're safe.
Me too. I had no idea. I didn't even think about that. Not a fucking clue.
Yeah,
I didn't even think that was part of the same family. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I remember learning about this not too long because I didn't think that either. I didn't think that they were shellfish. or in that category. And no, someone corrected me a long time ago, and I was
Hey,
yeah,
learning new stuff. Wow.
I wonder if it was Isaiah that told me that.
Could be. I just never. I guess I never looked into it that much.
Yeah. Isn't that weird though?
Yeah, that's very weird. I didn't know that. So, so in light of my trip, my stories and everything today are Mexico themed.
You mean Ireland? We had this conversation, remember? Did you get the memo? Yeah, you were vacationing, that's right.
Yeah, I didn't get email when I was down there.
You're supposed to go to Ireland. You're supposed to do some more Irish cryptid type monsters.
Oh, yeah, I've got some of them coming up in a future episode. But, yeah, so that's what I got. I got 2 stories for you.
Perfect.
They're smaller stories.
What
do you got for us?
I got a nice, juicy, scary story.
Just one?
Yeah, but
got any pictures this time?
What the fuck? What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that?
I'm gonna.
You know what I told you when you edited?
You know I'm gonna ask every time. I'm gonna.
I know
ask.
you're gonna ask, but I told you just fucking. I want to see fuckery in those pictures.
Oh, yeah. I did fuckery one episode, and I was told it was too much fuckery.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe like.
I'll tone it down a little bit.
40% fuckery.
Okay, 40% fuckery.
40% fuckery.
Okay, I could do 40% fucky.
We're good on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I think we're missing something here. It's something we do every week. I just can't remember what the hell we do.
Well, we talk about new stuff coming up.
Nah, that's not it.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I don't know. It could be.
I'm fairly certain it is.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so this week's horror fact of the week, we're going to be talking about the Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead originated in ancient Mesoamerica, Mexico, and northern Central America, where indigenous groups including Aztec, Maya, and Toltec had specific times when they commemorated their loved ones who had passed away. Certain months were dedicated to remembering the departed based on whether the deceased was an adult or child. Sorry about that. After the arrival of the Spanish, this ritual of commemorating the dead was intertwined with 2 Spanish holidays, All Saints' Day, November 1st, and All Souls' Day, November 2nd. Day of the Dead is often celebrated November 1st as a day to remember children who have passed away, and on November 2nd to honor adults. Today, Day of the Dead is celebrated mostly in Mexico and some parts of Central and South America. Recently, it has become increasingly popular among Latino communities abroad, including in the United States.
Ah, okay. That's kind of.
Yeah,
kind of fun fact. I like it.
Yeah, not necessarily real like horror, but I mean it's within our realm.
Do you know how many people get Cinco de Mayo and that fucking holiday mixed up?
Way too many.
Like
way too fucking many.
It's
sad.
It's bad. It's
it
like
is.
Cinco de Mayo is just the 5th of May. Like that's all it is. That's what it means. And it has a meaning.
Yeah, there is a meaning behind it.
But it's not. It's not Day of the Dead.
Right. Yeah. So many people get it mixed up, and it's sad. But there's a lot of misinformed people. A lot of people they're just out there to drink.
Yeah, it's fair. I like.
That's
drink
really
too.
what they're after.
So
like,
any excuse.
Yay! It's a day to drink.
Hanukkah. Are you Jewish? No.
Do they drink if you're Jewish?
Ha ha. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Made you out of clay.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. The dreidel I will play. Jew.
That's why they're late.
Fucking
Anyways,
South Park.
yeah, man. Woo.
Whew.
That's old. Old one. So, yeah, I just thought it was interesting little fact. I myself actually did not know a whole lot about Day of the Dead. And,
Yeah.
you know, obviously there's a lot more in-depth stuff to it. I tried to keep it, you know, short and sweet. And
I like it. I like the you know, for our Mexican listeners out there, our Latinx and Latino, whatever you guys want to be represented as. You're here now.
thanks for coming.
Your country is up.
Sorry if I mispronounced stuff, but
I mean, he white as fuck, and I'm only half.
so laugh at us.
Yep.
Or with us. However. But yeah, so really cool stuff.
Yeah, I like it. We should get one of those Day of the Dead masks.
I thought about it. I was running out of room in my suitcase.
That's fair.
So, you know, with all the tequila. And I did bring back a few things. Like, I did bring back 3 bottles, one for you, myself, and our techie tech guy who's not here today, of some tequila. It's got a... yeah, he's not doing a very good job there. It's yeah, I don't know what side of the bottle you're showing there, but it's not the right side. It's got some, like, little, like, demon creatures on it and stuff. I thought it was appropriate, real fitting for our podcast.
Yeah.
I also brought back this guy here, a little alien and predator fighting.
Hey.
I did bring back a Mayan calendar.
Ooh.
We don't have it up yet, but it will get put up at some point.
Yes.
So.
I think it's pretty kick-ass, though. I like that fucking alien and predator.
Yeah, really cool.
That's a good addition to the table.
I thought so. Yeah. Bringing something new.
Mm-hmm. Got a whole collection.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Does I don't know what happens next. I don't write it.
Do you want to go next, or you want me to go next?
Fuck it. I want to get this one.
You want to get your story out of the way?
I want to get this one out of the way. It's long.
That's what she said.
No, that's not what she ever said. If I'm being honest, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
it's
good.
average. It's okay. I'm good. Anywho.
A little bit below average.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I gotta undersell it.
Right. Set the bar low. Set the expectations low.
Damn right.
Yeah. So. All right. Well. I will just let you get to it.
Sweet. All right. So you guys know what the fuck a Wendigo is? A Wendigo?
Heard of them?
Yeah, you heard of them?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Yeah, scary little fuckers. You guys ever play Until Dawn or anything like that? They're scary, creepy looking bastards of souls and shit like that, of ancient Indian people possessing hunger people. No, I don't know. I'm just fucking around. Anyway, we're getting into this story. It's actually really interesting. So, it goes, it was my friend Caden's birthday party about a month ago. And I must say, it was pretty fun. My 3 friends, Enrique, Cody, and Ian, and I went over to his house at his party, over to his party at his house. We went there on a Friday and stayed over for the night. We played video games, ate cake, and best of all, drank a crap ton of soda. This fun ensued until 3 o'clock in the morning, when his dad finally told us to lie down and fall asleep. We did the first thing, but not the second. We got some sleeping bags out and just talked for another hour or so. We joked around, talked about some stuff, and then the topic of the Wendigo came up. The Wendigo is a cannibal demon of Native American mythology that I wrote a short scary story about in my creative writing class in school. I let my friends read the story the day before and they said it was scary, but I figured they were more scared by the picture on the cover page than the actual story. The picture sure was frightening. It showed the portrait of a Wendigo, the skull-like head of a deer placed on a human-like bipedal body with long narrow arms and fingers and crouching long legs with hooves like a horse. The body looked like it was rotting away, as if the Wendigo was a corpse. It had blood dripping from his long, sharp teeth. Enrique loved the fact that the Wendigo scared Cody and Caden so much, he basically teased them in the black of night that it was coming to possess them, turning them into cannibalistic spirits. "Shut up," they would tell Enrique. "Seriously, shut up. What, are you scared?" he would taunt at them. I thought the entire thing was really funny, as, of course, there was no such thing as the Wendigo. But I could tell that they were getting even more afraid. Once, Caden looked at the window without the blinds over it, thought that the Wendigo would stare at him through the window. He was too scared to actually get up and shut the blinds, though so did I. So I did, sorry. And Enrique continued to tease them. He got out his laptop and Googled images of the Wendigo. He went on the Wikipedia page for the Wendigo. He read aloud, "All cultures in which the Wendigo myth appeared shared the belief that human beings could turn into Wendigos if they ever resorted to cannibalism, or, alternatively, become possessed by the demonic spirit of a Wendigo, often in a dream." "What's a demonic spirit?" Ian asked, watching the taunting unfold. And Enrique Googled it. He found out that a demonic spirit is like a ghost, except it can possess your body and have control over all your actions. He also found out that if you say a demon's name out loud, you have summoned it. You have made its duty to possess you. "Well, if that's true," Enrique said, "Wendigo, Wendigo, Wendigo, Wendigo! Come get me, Wendigo!" "Enrique, shut up!" Cody and Caden said, both of them on the verge of throwing something at his face. I interjected, "You guys, the Wendigo is fake. Now shut up and go to sleep." "Whatever, I'm tired anyway," Enrique said as he yawned. And we fell asleep. The next morning I woke up and went to the bathroom. Nobody was up yet. I decided I would eat some cake from yesterday for breakfast. I went to the fridge and got some. As soon as I turned around, I let out a frightened screech. Enrique was up and was in my face. "Whoa, you scared me there," I said. No response. He just gave a face, a chilling face. His eyes were sunken in, and he gave a non-smiling, wide-eyed, pale look. I sat down at the table and ate the cake. Soon, Ian, Cody, and Caden got up. A few hours later, my mom picked me up, and I went home. That night, I went to bed afraid of the Wendigo. I remembered what Enrique said, and I became increasingly more and more frightened. Eventually, I gained enough confidence to finally just sit up in my bed and say, "It doesn't exist. I'm going to say its name. Wendigo." A few seconds passed. "See, Taylor, there is no Wendigo," I told myself. Then I heard a scratching noise at my bedroom door. It started out barely audible before it became louder and louder and louder. Oh God, what have I done? The scratching noise was so loud I thought I was going to break down my door, whatever it was. Finally, I got out of my bed and approached my door. As I started walking towards it, the scratching got louder and louder. My hand inches away from the knob, was hesitant to open the door. From the time my hand was inches away to when finally opening the door felt like an eternity. I twisted the knob slowly and slammed the door open, and I didn't see anything. I heard a barking noise, and I looked down and saw my bulldog, Fat Chops. Relieved, I let the dog into my room. On Monday, I returned to the school. My school is a charter school that has a dress code, and on that particular day, I received a detention for forgetting to wear my belt. The next day, I had soccer practice, so I knew that I had to serve it that day. The day went on normally, but at 3 o'clock, I had to go to Mrs. Foster's room to serve my detention. It was only I was the only one in the room with her. After a few minutes, she told me that she had to go somewhere really quick. "Okay," I said. About a minute later, I saw Enrique outside the door, and he came in. "What's up?" I said, glad that he was there. He looked at me with the same pale face he had given me earlier, with his sunken eyes and neutral expression. "Are you okay, dude?" I said. No response. "Hello?" He got up and went into the corner of the room and just sat there. "Enrique," I said, growing more uneasy. "Enrique," I repeated. "Enrique, dude, you were starting to scare me." All of a sudden, he put his face up at the ceiling and started to transform me into the hideous, pale-skinned, jagged-toothed creature. Afraid, I started slowly moving backwards. He was possessed by the Wendigo. I broke the window into the next classroom and ran out of there. Next to the school were some trees that I thought I could hide in. I ran probably 100 feet to get into the trees. As soon as I got into the foliage, I hid behind a tree trunk that was wider than me. I was afraid to look back at the school, but slowly I turned my head backwards. I was hesitant to, but I wanted to see if he was still following me. As soon as my eyes were facing towards the school, I was face to face with the demon. I ran further into the trees. They were covering up the sun, so it got darker. The air was very humid, yet cool breezes came by. Eventually, I think I lost him. I felt like I had been running from the demon for hours. Sure enough, I looked at my watch and it was already 7 o'clock. Even though I had lost my pursuer, I still bit my fingernails in terror. Finally, I got out of the forest. The trees led me to a road lit with one street light. The road only had a few houses on it. I started walking down the road, looking down. When I raised my head, I saw under the streetlight my bulldog, Fat Chops. I ran to her and started petting her. "Who's a good girl?" "You are." "Yes, you are," I said in a baby voice. "What are you doing down here, Fat Chops?" "Huh? What are you doing?" She started whimpering. I looked behind me, thinking that maybe she was whimpering because of something out of my field of vision. I was hesitant to look back, but I slowly turned my head and saw nothing. "Oh, it's okay, girl," I reassured her. I started walking down the road as Fat Chops followed, and as I started getting further away from the streetlight, it got darker and darker. Eventually, I saw another streetlight. Still, I kept on walking and saw another light further down. Finally, I passed 5 of these posts, and underneath the light, looked at the time on my watch. It was 9 o'clock. I had been on the road for 2 hours. I started running in a hurry and looked behind me. Fat Chops was nowhere to be seen, so I started running back looking for my dog. "Fat Chops," I would call out. "Fat Chops." As I went under another streetlight, I looked at my watch. It was 12 o'clock. That seemingly short period of time was 3 hours. I went up to the light pole and saw a missing poster for me. Past the streetlights, I looked at the house in front of it. It looked exactly like the houses I saw before. Dazed, and I started running as fast as I could. I got to the next streetlight, checked the time, and saw it. It was 1 in the morning. Even though it felt like 5 seconds had passed, I ran further, and eventually the streetlights came closer and closer together. I looked down at my watch. Each minute passed in a fraction of a second. Finally, my clock read 3 a.m. and stopped. It was the devil's hour. Suddenly, I tripped on something and fell in the street. As I regained my footing, I looked down the street and saw a pair of very tall legs. As I looked up, I saw them connect to a skeleton-like body with long arms and slender fingers, and on top of that, the skull-like head of a deer. "Come here," it said in a raspy, devilish voice. My body froze, and it started coming closer and closer and closer. It was right in my face. But then I regained my muscle movement. I fell back into the pavement, closed my eyes, and just hoped I would make it out alive. As soon as I opened them, it was morning. I walked back to my house, and my mom sure was happy to see me. "Taylor, we missed you so much. Where have you been?" she said as I walked in. It was hard to tell her the story about what happened, so I didn't. "Do you know where Enrique is?" "Oh, he's been missing too," she told me. I simply nodded sideways. They never did find Enrique. Nobody knows what happened to him. But I do. The Wendigo hasn't quit either. At night, I constantly hear a whispering in my ear. My window gets knocked on. I have nightmares about it, but before it can possess me in my dreams, I always wake up. I always fight for my body. Well, I'm not going to fight for it tonight. I'm done dealing with the Wendigo. And that is the end of the Wendigo story.
Wow.
I thought it was a pretty good one.
Yes. that is a very good story. I really enjoyed that.
Enrique.
You know, you could definitely tell the sense of dread in there. You know,
I just
from his story perspective.
like, what the fuck, Fat Chops? Why you make me worry?
Well, yeah. Where did Fat Chops go? Did the Wendigo get him?
That's what I was wondering. That's what kind of
know?
I assumed.
And so that's interesting to me. And then the time jumps is interesting.
It is. It's weird.
It is. It's really weird, and it's very indicative of abductions, alien abductions. Yes.
Yeah.
Time loss. So.
I don't necessarily know if it was time lost. It was just felt like time went fast.
Yeah, but when he ran from one streetlight to the other, and it jumped an hour.
Interesting.
You know that streetlights.
You're not wrong.
Streetlights usually aren't too terribly far apart.
They're about a block apart.
Yeah.
Block and a half. Yeah.
You know, so it took him an hour to run a block. You know.
No, that doesn't make any sense. You're right. You're not wrong.
So there's some time jumping happening.
So
time travel. Well, then there was the missing poster.
Yeah, that is weird.
So there was definitely some time travel in there. That's interesting. I've never correlated a Wendigo with time travel per se.
But so maybe it was just a dream.
So you're saying the whole story was a dream?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I could buy that. I could take that.
I don't know. It's a toughie for me because it's an interesting story, but
it is very interesting.
Like,
but I mean, if you approach it as if it were real, 100% honest to God, it was real. He was awake. That really happened. There had to be some sort of like time travel going on.
The old bastard knows time travel.
So.
That's fair.
Or the Wendigo could fuck with your mind.
Like hallucinating?
Yeah, like he hallucinated the missing poster.
And hallucinating the time too.
Yeah.
Maybe I could see that. That'd be interesting.
So that's that one's probably a little more believable than time travel, but
I feel it.
Really good story. It definitely had me from beginning to end. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, no, it was
good.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was really good.
But I think that's all I got for you guys today. What about you, though?
So, you ready to get to travel to Mexico?
Aye. Let's go.
All right.
Vacation.
So, while he gets our pictures, yep, that's the right one. We're going to be talking about the Hellish Highway. The Hellish Highway is an area known as a mini spot for UFO and other paranormal activity. It's along a highway called Boulevard 2000, which connects Tijuana with Rosarito. I'm probably botching how that's pronounced. Thank you. I probably tried too hard. Beach town. A beach town to the city's southwest. The area is a focus of intense development and industrial activity. As the city of Tijuana increases in population, the road passes through what could be called one of the less desirable parts of Tijuana. In recent years, the road has been the setting of alleged alien abductions and close encounters with strange objects in the sky. This road has had its share strange things happen or around it and has been the fodder of urban legends for years. A concentration of paranormal activity seems to occur around the old Parafaso as Azteca National Park, featuring a zoo, a spa, a museum, a suspension bridge across a gorge, a section built up like the Old West, and, ironically, a concrete flying saucer standing 2 stories tall. The park closed down in 2006 and abandoned until 2019, when new owners promised to refurbish the place and reopen it sometime in the year 2020. Some people in the surrounding area have claimed that the Azteca grounds have been an important location for satanic cult rituals, and that could be the reason for so strange happenings in the surrounding area. A teacher at the adjacent school mentioned the most haunted in the whole country of Mexico. In broad daylight, according to teachers, things fly across the classroom and furniture moves on its own. The area is always enshrouded during the non-daylight hours, and teachers at the school are afraid to stay late. Indeed, the Tijuana police have been called to the area many times, responding to reports of murders and bizarre activity. The police are inclined to believe that the much of the strangeness happening around Boulevard 2000 has to do with cult members and low-level gang activity, and has nothing to do with ghosts, magical beings, or extraterrestrials. The objects that people are supposedly seen in the sky are really fires and other lights used by people engaging in illegal activities in the hills. The lights, combined with the disorientation caused by the famous local fog, may cause people's imaginations to run wild when they see these lights. The boulevard remains an eerie place. Foreseeable future. So, I mean, what do you think?
I didn't realize that Mexico be tripping with the aliens too much.
Yeah. Fun little fact. I put this story together before we left and everything. We actually stayed in that town.
Oh?
Yeah.
And?
That's where our Airbnb was.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
Good. Good area.
Anything?
Nah, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it wasn't like it was intentional to stay in that area. It was just a happy coincidence.
When you got there, were you like, oh fuck, I read about this?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I recognize the name of that town.
Oh, where did I know that from? Fuck, it's like I just had it.
Yeah, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember until just now, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's where.
I don't know, do you think the aliens still be doing probing up the butt?
Probably not. There's too many fucking weirdos these days that probably enjoy it, and they're like, yeah, probe me, bitch. And the alien's like, no.
Nah, bro. It's gonna kill you.
Or it's always been a rumor, and now people are like, probe me, aliens. They're like, man, we never did that shit. Who the fuck started that goddamn rumor?
It's the fucking
Like, we need to set this shit straight.
alien intern Kevin. Fucking Kevin.
Kevin, we don't do that.
Kevin. Yet. It's like, fuck.
Oh, man. But, yeah, really cool. Aliens and ghosties, and how the police kind of trying to just brush it off. It's
Like, hey, fuck it, we didn't do anything.
Yeah, they're just blaming it on low-level criminals and cult activity. Like,
You're gonna blame someone on a cult's a good place to
that
start.
is a very good place to start. But, you know, I mean, lots of people have seen things there. Seen UFOs in the sky and stuff. And that boulevard goes for a little ways. I mean, so... But it was interesting. Interesting story.
That's pretty kick-ass.
So, I have one more story for you.
What do we got?
One that you've probably never heard of. I never heard of either until I did the research and came up with this. Like, like I said, again, I was trying to find stories
that aren't as known.
in Mexico that aren't as known, you know, especially since I was traveling there. I thought it'd be kind of fun, you know.
Yeah.
So, here we go. This is the White Death. The White Death is the spirit of a girl who goes after anyone who knows of her existence. The spirit of this girl hated life. When she was alive, she hated her life so much she was alone all of the time. It was never loved. Finally, she tried to commit suicide until one day she succeeded. She wanted to remove all traces of herself from the world that she came from. So she became an evil spirit. It was determined to kill people, anyone really, who knew about her. Once you know about her existence, she will stalk you. She will follow you wherever you go, and whenever you reach your house, she will start knocking. Each knock will become more ferocious than the last, but she won't stop. The worst thing about this is that you can't get rid of her by not telling anyone about the White Death. You will still live, but once you tell someone, you're as good as dead. She will pounce on you and tear every single part of your body until there's nothing but shreds. There was a story going around. A young man came to visit his friend who was living with his aunt because his parents were working at a hospital in Mexico. He was clearly exhausted and frightened. Soon after he arrived, he explained everything that had happened to his friend. While his parents worked at the hospital, they received a strange patient. A man came rushing in. He was breathless and clearly trying to run away. He kept talking about the White Death and how she caused his sister's death. He also mentioned that she was coming for him next. The parents understood the basis of the story, but were still confused because he spoke in broken English. He kept telling his tale. You won't truly know she's following until she knocks on your door. She knocks once for your skin, twice for your hair, 3 times for your bones, 4 times for your heart, 5 times for your teeth, 6 times for your eyes, 7 times for your soul. She will rip all of these out of your body and keep them for her own uses. He tried telling the police and asked for help from different people, but they all declined. After telling his story thoroughly, he left with a stolen car and was never seen again. The young man's parents told his aunt and the result was terrible. By the next day, his parents were found dead. The police contacted the aunt with the horrible news, and she told the young man. He had a right to know, after all. He was in school at the time, but answered anyways. The aunt told him what happened, and he couldn't believe it. How could his parents die without any leading indicator indicating who it could be? When he got home, the door to his house was wide open. He came in to discover a bloody sight. His aunt had been torn apart, and all that was left was bits and pieces. Concerned for his life, he fled to his friend's house. He put the pieces together in his head. He knew it was the White Death. But he couldn't stop himself from telling his friend. After he got there and finished explaining, there was only one sound that they heard. A knock that haunted both of their lives.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That is,
Like I said, I tried to find something that was not really well known.
God damn it, now we're dead. If you,
Now I'm not answering the fucking door. That's what's happening.
I'm gonna answer it.
Oh god, it's the Black Eyed Kids all over again.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Jerking these killers around, you know, these monsters.
Man. But yeah, and there was a lot of different stories about the White Death. I just picked that one in particular because I liked how it led from, it showed that she followed, like the guy came into the hospital, told the doctors, and then he died, and then like they told their sibling, and then they died, and then she told the son about it, her nephew, and then she died. The nephew went and told his friend, and the knocking began.
God damn, some bullshit.
And that's where the story ends.
Fucking that lady. I like how it's 7
knocks.
7 knocks. You better get the fuck out of there. It's a very weird order.
What if you answered on the first knock?
Hello.
Like, I mean, does she just take your skin and you walk around looking like Frank from Hellraiser?
Nah, before she can knock, you smash.
Your Ring door camera catches her walking up, so you open the door, like, can't knock now, bitch.
Oh, just walking away. Yeah, stay out of here, you fucker. Oh, man.
Swiper, no swiping of the soul.
Of my flesh.
I mean, come on, like...
No, I agree, that's fucking... Oh, God, that's horrible.
It is very horrible. Like I said, there's quite a few other stories out there of the White Death. Very interesting, intriguing. At some point, we'll probably be revisiting her because it's just an interesting character.
Yeah.
Or demon, or whatever you want to call her.
Fucking...
I mean...
Scary pain in my ass.
Yeah. Until she rips it out.
Shit.
So...
Well, is that all you got for me?
That is all I have for stories, man. Like,
I don't even have anything.
I'm trying to think of went and saw the new Jurassic World.
Was it good?
It was good. I would recommend it to anybody who likes the Jurassic Park movies.
Okay, I'll
really
be down.
Good. Really good. Some good surprises in there.
Some good cameos, I heard. Yeah, no spoilers. I know.
Nope.
At least a month.
Yeah, I'll wait till it's been out for at least a month before I'll say much more past that. I did see that, and I haven't watched it yet, but I saw that Netflix dropped a teaser for their live-action Resident Evil show.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
that looks
I saw a
interesting.
picture, but I haven't watched the teaser yet.
You gotta watch it.
I will. I'm interested in it regardless. So.
Fair enough.
God, what else did we watch recently? Don't Breathe 2. Watch that. That was pretty good.
I don't think it was as good as the first one.
No, the first one you didn't know what the fuck. This time you kind of knew. Like you're like, all right, yeah, I know that guy's a badass.
You got fucking turkey basted.
I mean, you knew the old guy was a badass at that point in the second movie. Like you already knew that.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, the second one was just him showing off his badass skills more,
That's fair. I gotta watch it.
It was good. It was good.
It was a couple.
God, there was another one we watched not that long ago that I thought was really good. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but we've been kind of on a kick of watching Walker.
Oh, yeah, with Jared Padalecki.
Yeah, yep. And Mitch Pileggi, who was Skinner.
X-Files.
Yep.
I know.
So, good. I know it's not horror, but it's a good show.
Yeah, with Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the new Supernatural TV show's coming out.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, it's got Dean narrating it, so...
Can't be that bad.
Right?
Yeah.
So it ought to be good. I mean, it fills in more history
Yeah,
of,
more
of
lore.
the parents, you know. So that's good. That's a lot of fun.
Hopefully someone answered questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of cool shit coming up.
There really is. I saw the trailer for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is out. I haven't watched the trailer yet. I've been busy. I just haven't had a chance to. I'm going to. Just been a little tied up with things.
Oh, I feel it.
But I honestly, really, I got nothing else. Like,
Yeah, I haven't
really watched too many movies. Well, like I was gone all last week, so
Yeah, I haven't really watched anything lately either. I was
Yeah.
working.
yeah, you know.
So, I mean, I guess that's it.
I don't know. I mean, do we just like
Walk.
get a walk out of here?
Alright, yeah, well,
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
See you, fuckers!
That's it.
That's all. That's the end. That's goodbye.
We go.
Suckers.